Hi, Amanda here from Realise Beauty, and I just wanted to explain to you where our consulting name Realise Beauty comes from. And I thought, what better place to explain that than in my own backyard, which has inspired me no end over the last few years. We've lived here for 11 years now, and it's awesome. Blue Mountains, Australia, you have to visit. So I'll get on with explaining a little bit more. I'm just going to write it down, so let's see how that goes. When I was thinking this morning about the name Realise Beauty, I was trying to find a piece of art that was relatively well known that could sort of sum it up, just in case I couldn't find the words myself. And I found this piece by Damon Hirst, which I really liked. It's called Eulogy, and it's on display in one of the art galleries in Oslo in Norway. And we were lucky enough to go there last year as on my 40th birthday journey and working trip. So I wouldn't say that this inspired me to call the business Realise Beauty, because I didn't actually know of it when I started the business. I'm not actually sure it was created then, but definitely looking at it now and looking at how Damon Hirst approaches a lot of his art, it's very scientific. There's a lot of death themes in there, and Realise Beauty isn't so much about death, but it's definitely about the cycle of life. And I really like this piece of work, so that's why I've chosen it to sort of write my other words around. So Realise Beauty. So Realise, L-L-I-Z-E. Realise is a really important word in our name, Realise Beauty. I chose it very deliberately, and I even chose the spelling deliberately. Now I'm terrible at spelling. It's something I work hard at, and I practice a lot, and I try to get better, but there's certain words just don't do it for me. So when it came to looking up the spelling, and I was Googling and seeing what worked best and whatever, it wasn't a big deal to me that I'd chosen the Z instead of the S, even though I'm English. But it happens to be a problem for some people, but you know, it is what it is. So why did I choose the Z? Well, I chose it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it actually Google searches better. People tend to search for Realise with a Z more often than they do with Realise with an S. So that was good. Secondly, I like the way it looked. I quite like the Z in it. And thirdly, and more importantly, the Z was for Zen. And that's how I was feeling at the time, feeling very zen, trying to create a real flow. And at the time, I was also looking, when I set my business up 8 years ago, I was looking for, you know, the Enzo, the sort of circle, and thinking about having a logo based on that, but it didn't really work. But now looking at how I've chosen this piece to represent visually, you know, where I'm up to with my business, then it kind of makes more sense. So that's really good. So when I think about the word realise, the other meanings of that word are to comprehend and to understand. And comprehension and understanding of chemistry underpins the success of Realise Beauty, and that's where my key interests lie. Another thing another meaning of realise is to think and to grasp. And how I look at these words are in relation to the brand and potential. Now, it's really important when people come to me to develop and create some intellectual property and some formulation work for them, that I'm able to think through and to grasp the potential behind the concept, and in order to realise it, to make it happen. So thinking and having time to think and valuing that thought process is really key to Realise Beauty, and then and obviously grasping it and then running with it is key to how we actually commercialise that and allow ourselves to charge for that process. So yeah, all of these relate, and it's all part of the process. So realise also means to recognise and to visualise, and these are definitely brand words here. Sorry, I'm trying to do that. They're definitely brand words. So I need to be able to, as part of Realise Beauty and as a creative product development developer, I need to be able to recognise the potential and visualise how that might all come together in a brand. It's no good having awesome ideas, and I often, you know, I meet people who've got one or two fantastic ideas, but they have no way of recognising how commercially viable they are, and then, or even visualising them into a finished product. So Realise Beauty is all about doing that as well, and I understood this at the very beginning, and that's another reason why I called my brand, my company, Realise Beauty. Okay. I say back to up here, and we have the last word in my Realise, and that's conceive. So this process has to give birth to something, and before you can give birth, you have to conceive of a process, and of a product that could be the potential product. Now, Realise Beauty is definitely about creativity and about as often as we can creating something new or bringing a new depth to something, and so that conception point is very important, because we're conceiving of something new and something different, whether it's finding just a different angle, a different way to sell what's actually quite a similar product to other things, or whether it's actually conceiving of a whole new way of doing things or a totally new product. That's very much at the heart of Realise Beauty. So hopefully you can see that the name the word realise in the name Realise Beauty, B-E-A-U-T-Y, means something, and it means a lot.